It's your boy Girl here back with another video, and today I got a special video for you guys, man. Today we're going to be talking about PvP. We're talking about the state of PvP because I was playing PvP. I was like just playing PvP for a little bit, and like I was in the queue for a very long time. And if you check out my PvP thing, like my ranking, I am rank 1,700, and like usually, I mean that's a really high ranking, but I just don't feel like the fact that I was in the queue for like 10 minutes before I got a match. It was crazy because usually Prof is usually in like in a queue, but he's like top 20, right? So that makes sense for him to get a queue. But the fact that I was in a queue for like 1.8k ranking is actually kind of crazy to me. And also, don't mind this. I got my hair twisted and everything, so I have to cover it up. You feel me? So just the FYI, why it's like, why you have that thing? It's because I have twists. So yeah, don't mind it, don't mind it. But yeah, so I just want to talk about PvP because of that reason. And I just feel like a lot of people are just not playing PvP like it used to be, bro. Because I don't know, cause around this time, like 7.7 RK, like KRP. I know like the season has not been over. There's like, well, after recording, I'm recording this Friday, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So basically, in 3 days, that's when PvP season will be over. So a lot more people might play towards the last end of those season, right? Like those 3 days. But usually around here, like 7.7 KRP is usually like around 4K, like 4K, like rank 4K or something. Because if you wanted to reach like top 3K, it was like in the 8,000s. But now I'll be playing and I'm in the top 8,000 and I'm like really close to the top 1K. I just seen a lot of people decline playing PvP, and I just really think that I think there's three things that I'm going to discuss in this video. You guys can comment down below what you guys think, but I think I have three things. One, I think it's I think it's the meta. I think it's the meta. Two, I think it is the incentives of keep playing PvP, and then three is the units that they're releasing and the teams that they're buffing. So let's get on with the video. So you guys know I already scrolled here. This is basically the best team in the game. Second is Sands, and then three you could say movies, you could say Regen, you could say anybody else, but number one and number two is Sands and Hybrids. And I just think that a lot of people are just sick of this meta. I think that's one of the biggest reasons. People are just tired of playing against Hybrids all the time. Hybrids is such a really good team. You have this guy, Endurance. This guy provides so much support. He has some last stand capabilities. He can nullify against red, slowly gain advantage gauge every time he uses a strike. He has card draw speed. Every time he cover changes, he breaks 2 cards. He really has no penalty in his cover change, which is amazing. Then you have this guy. This guy is just really good, bro. Like I feel like over time, I feel like he's gonna be number one unit again. In my opinion, I still feel like he's number two because he just can't come back from a 3v1 like Revival Gohan, in my opinion. But I feel like give it a little bit some more time when people start getting more stars in him. I feel like this guy's gonna be the number one unit in the game. If not, some people say he is the number one unit in the game, right? So this guy is just really good. And he also has support capabilities. He does a ton of damage when he is in his revival state. Even his pre-revival, he does a ton of damage. Then you have this guy that's arguably the best unit in the game for a whole year. Even if you don't say he's number one, then he's number two, right? So this people are just sick of playing this team. Every three of those units, all three of them does extra damage, does a ton of damage, and they have 5 lives. Like usually when you run like a 5 lives type of team, you're usually handicapped because they don't really do that much damage. But this team has 5 lives. They have like the endurance base, and they all still do a ton of damage. They have the best of both worlds. So it's just annoying to face against. And then they also nullify against him color changes, right? Like Gohan nullifies against blue, and then the other one nullifies against red when he loses up on when they both loses an ally. So it's just annoying to play against. People are just sick and tired of it. They just want to see another meta. So I think that's one reason. Another reason I feel like is incentives. Now, if you look at PvP, and I'm talking about the rewards, that's what I'm talking about. If you go here, the rewards, they're just not good. They're just not good, bro. Like, it's not, it is not enough incentives no more. Like, I remember when they first introduced the Z Power into here, everybody was super hyped. It was like, oh shoot, that's really good. And you saw like a lot of people starting to play PvP a lot more because they're like, all right, I'm finna grind to rank 50. I'm finna grind to top 10K so I can get that Z power so I can slowly work on my units. But over time, you just see the same Z power, everything. Like people are just getting sick of it, and see, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of Z power to 14-star units, bro. That's a lot of Z power, and we're only getting what 100. And if you're in the top 100, you get 300 Z power. So I mean, it's cool. Like if you're in the top 100, you're getting 400 Z power from rank 50. You get rank 50 100, and then you're getting this. That's 400 if you add it up together, which is really good. But I feel like they need to increase the rewards some more. As you guys can see here, like there's really no diverse rewards from rank 3K to top 1K. Like no, one rank 101 to 3K. They basically the same thing. They got the same amount of Z power. The only thing that changes is the rare medals, like only by 500. That's terrible. That's trash. Like honestly, they need to change and rework the reward system. They need to give us more CC. I really feel like that's the biggest thing they need to do is give us more CC. The amount of CC that you want us to spend on every month is insane. Your Zenkind units, Zenkind 2 units a month. You're dropping an LF banner with one LF sparking a month, and you want us your equivalent of an LF unit is 40k CC for one copy of an LF. Then you're dropping all-star banners, right? That's the rates are terrible. Like it's really hard for you to pull the newest LF. I mean the newest 2 sparking unit. That's a lot of CC per month, and the highest you give me is 1.5k, and only one person in the world is gonna get 1.5k from PvP. I feel like they need to increase the CC amount, bro, because the amount of CC you need for you to like main a team is it's just increased by so much by this year because they're giving us so many ways of us spending CC, and I just don't think 1,000 enough. You need to increase the rewards. Not only that, give us more Z power and give us Z power for EX. We've seen a lot of EX units recently that are really really good. Like EX Goku was really good. EX Jiren is really good. EX Yajirobe is good. So it looks like these EX that you're putting in these new LF banners are like pseudo sparking. So give us a lot more Z. Give us EX Z power as well as these Z power, but just increase it, bro. And I'm telling you, a lot more people will play. Like I know, like people are like, well, that's the only reason why I play PvP is for reward. Well, if you was say if you got like a terrible job, like you work at McDonald's, you're not working McDonald's because you want to. You're working because you're trying to get that money, right? So give us like people. Some people just wants to play PvP for the rewards, and it'll give them more incentive to grind. Also, make the rewards for each ranking like drastically change. So like, there's a big difference from you if you make it to the top 100, then you're in the top 1,000, right? Because if you're say for example, you get like a lot more rewards if you're in top 100 compared to top 1,000. People gonna be like, man, I might need to grind. I'm gonna try to grind in top 100. You gonna see a lot more people playing PvP and everything. And it's actually just gonna make the game a lot more fun, and a lot more people are gonna grind the game and just be a lot more active. So also, I just feel like they need to do that. And a really good game that does this concept really well, in my opinion, is we're gonna go here. We're gonna go to this game called Clash Royale. Now, I don't know if you guys know this game, but this game is basically kind of like in a similar dimension as Classic Clans. Supercell makes this game, and this game just reminds me of Dragon Ball Legends, where the fact that it's a mobile PvP game. They kind of have like a summoning system as well and all that stuff. But let's just look at this, right? You guys might not be new to this, but if you look here, they have this thing. It's basically like trophies, right? Trophies is kind of similar to RP into Dragon Ball Legends, but every time you rank up, they have cards at certain RP levels for you, or certain trophy levels for you to get. So if you hit, say for example, if I hit 5,000, these are the cards I'm going to unlock that I summon for onto the box, and it makes me, and that's basically their sense of like, hey, if you want to get this card, you gotta grind and reach to this trophy level, and it's gonna make you want to grind and keep having the senses of play, so you have a chance to unlock that card and everything. So it's a little bit different than Legends, but basically it gives you a sense of you to keep grinding the PvP game, right? Like look at these certain levels, right? At certain levels you get like certain rewards, like certain cards and all that stuff. And if Legends did something similar to that, a lot more people are going to play the game because there's incentive to play PvP. as well. So I really feel like the rewards is really really crucial when it comes to Legends. And like just looking at this, it's just so bland. Like it's so outdated. Like just you just gotta make the rewards a lot better. And not only that, I just feel like balance. I really feel like balance for PvP sucks right now, bro. Like there's I'll say there's four good teams, but then the other ones are just so just not up there, bro. Like for example, Clash Royale, that game I just showed you. There's so many different teams that you can run in the top ranks that it makes the game really fresh for the players because not every single time there's always gonna be a meta in any PvP game you play. Like any PvP play, like any game where it's about multiplayer or just competitive play, there's always gonna be the best team. But it's really about the other teams, like are the people that's like the non-meta teams, are they still viable to compete against the meta teams? And in Clash Royale, there's a lot of teams. There's a lot of teams that you can use, setups you can use to face against the meta team, and it makes the game super enjoyable because you're not always going to face the same team and team again. And Dragon Ball Legends is hybrid Saiyans, region, movies, Godki, and everything else is just like you feel me. So I feel like Legends needs to do is just start working on other teams. Like this Green Gohan, why did he needed to get the unit? Why it could have been Super Warriors in Saiyan Saga. If you was working on Saiyan Sagas for what a month straight, why don't you do it TN? TN and Chaozu, like what Dugo said in his video. TN and Chaozu revival unit. That would have been really dope. You'd have worked on Super Warriors and you would have worked on Saiyan Saga. Saiyan Saga is actually a really good team, but Hybrids don't need this, bro. Region doesn't need this. Sun Fam, whatever, they don't need this, bro. You could have gave us another unit, and I think they also need to just start working on other teams to make them more viable, so we can start seeing more teams. The healthiest PvP state that I believe Dragon Ball Legends history ever had was before the second anniversary. And if you guys played around that time, you guys can agree. I feel like that was the most healthiest spot we had, bro. We saw so many teams, so many people was playing PvP. We had fusions before VB. Fusion was still good. It was really good before VB. LOE was really good. We had a free-to-play Saiyans team. Region was really good. I can't really think of any other teams, but there was so many fleshed out teams that were not. None was really like there was some that was dominant than the others, but it was like by a little margin. It wasn't like no huge margin like this or anything compared to now. But that PvP meta was so healthy. It was the healthiest we ever had, and that's where I realized I played the most PvP was that meta because there was times where I wasn't facing the same old team every single time. So I also feel that. I also feel like they need to just work on balancing other teams. Now, of course, there's going to be units that's going to just sell better, which makes sense, right? But also another thing that Dugo said is if you make that unit bad, like if that unit you know is not going to make you money, but you make them really, really good, people will summon. And I'm going to show you an example of one. An example of this is this unit came out before the first Annie, right? This unit right here, Ribrian. Ribrian was one of the best units in the game because he basically countered this guy. When he first came out, this guy was the best unit in the game. Ribrian came out, everybody was like, oh yeah, Ribrian sucked. I'm not gonna summon for it because people don't really, there's not really a lot of Ribrian fans out there, or like probably any. Probably a lot of people don't like Ribrian, especially in this form. So, but you look at her ability, she had the no switching thing. So she basically can lock in that Gohan and kill him right there. And the girls team was really good at that time. Chi-Chi was really good because you know why? She countered Sun Fam, and Sun Fam was one of the best teams in the game. People didn't really care about Chi-Chi, but she was super good for that reason. She also nullifies against purple units, like her element disadvantage colors. She nullifies against that. That was a really good ability right there. Great Saiyaman. I think she does extra damage to transformation type units, right? LOE units, right? If you make these units that you know a lot of people are not going to spend money on really good, people are going to summon because of their kit and how good it is. And that's what you guys used to do, bro. Even these girls units, like this Red 18, nobody was not trying to summon for Android 18. This one especially, but when you look at her kit was so good. Every time she switches out, depending on the battle style, got certain buffs. Like in all of them, they got a chance of healing, And then here she also reduces drag balls every time you switched in, and her disruptive when she cover change was really good. So people summoned for her, and that's why there was times where girls was actually a really good team in the meta in Dragon Ball Legends. So why don't you guys do that like again, like how you guys used to do it? You guys just stop doing that, making bad units like really good. Like ever since them units like Tapion, you guys knew people was gonna summon on him, but you guys made his kit bad. If you made Tapion's kit really good, people would have summoned a ton for this Tapion because of how good his kit is. So those are basically just my things for Dragon Ball Legends PvP. I just feel like I'm slowly drastically seeing not as many people play it, and it kind of just hurts because I love Dragon Ball Legends. I love Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is my favorite franchise, and Dragon Ball Legends is a game that I make content on. I love making vids on. I love playing the game, but if there's something that's just not good about it, I'm just gonna talk about it. And it was terrible. Like this PvP state is just not good. It's just not in a healthy state, bro. Because you have just imbalance of power from one team to the other. The rewards for PvP is not incentivizing like how it used to be, bro. Like we just need more rewards. Increase the amount of CC, bro. There's a lot of CC that you're expecting us players to spend on every single month with the amount of banners you're dropping, with the amount of Zenkais you're dropping. Increase the rewards. Increase the amount of Z power as well. Like all that stuff is going to help the game, help people play PvP, and then last but not least, just make the game more balanced with other units. Like if you know a unit is not going to sell well, make those units have really good kits. Then people won't skip them because they're going to be one of the best units in the game. Like Bojack, for example, a lot of people didn't think Purple Bojack was going to be a Z tier unit, but you know why he was so good? Why he was a Z tier unit? Because he had unlimited cover change. So people was like, I gotta summon on that banner for Bojack because Bojack is that good. But people don't really are fans of Bojack, but the fact that his kit was so good, they had to summon for him. So start doing that, bro. And I'm telling you, people are gonna summon on banners like that. So that is my take on it. And you guys could just let me know in the comment section what you guys think, because I really feel like they can turn things around, but it's like what everybody says. They take one step forward and 30 steps backwards, bro. It's every single time they do it, every single time. But yeah, that's kind of my thought on the PvP state right now. You guys can comment down below what you guys think. Give you guys your discussions. I'm gonna make sure I read. You know, I always read and reply to all you guys. But it just concerns me that a lot of the top players as well are really playing PvP as much. It's just a lot of people are just sick of PvP right now, and I just feel like if they did those 3 types of things that I mentioned, the game, like I want to say it'll be like back like how it used to be, but it'll be a lot better and a lot healthier than it is now. So yeah, like take some advice from Clash Royale, well, how they do their system, or make balance on all the meta teams and make bad like units that you know that's not going to sell well really good, like you guys used to do with like Android 18, Ribrianne, and Bojack, and people will summon for those units because they're that good. So yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. It's been with Gruff, man, and I'm out. Peace.